you ever pay for that January 8?
Yes, I did.
How much?
I'll say between 150 and 200. I'm not quite sure about it.
150,000 rand to 200,000 rand in cash, paid in installments, all to help fund the ANC's biggest birthday party of the year. And the man footing the bill? A businessman fighting corruption charges, attempted murder charges, and sitting at the center of a 360 million rand police tender. This is the story of Vusimuzi Cat Matlala, how your tax money allegedly became ANC party funding, and how his testimony blew up Bheki Cele's story in front of the entire nation. Before he became the most talked about name at the Madlanga Commission, Vusimuzi Cat Matlala was already a controversial businessman. His company, Cat Security and Projects, secured a massive 360 million rand SAPS contract meant for crime prevention equipment. Critics say the contract was grossly inflated, that the equipment was overpriced, and that the tender process was riddled with red flags. Matlala insists it was clean, legitimate business. But the story didn't stop at business, because then the voice notes leaked. The ones where he allegedly bragged that top police generals were in his pocket. The ones where he allegedly says he owned decision-makers. Overnight, Cat was no longer just a businessman. He became a symbol of everything wrong inside the South African police service. And then came the Madlanga Commission, and one testimony changed everything.
Do you ever pay for that January 8?
Yes, I did.
How much?
I'll say between 150 and 200. I'm not quite sure about it.
Did you pay the money to the account given by Mzansi?
Yes, there's also proof of payments for that.
Okay. Is there anybody who wants to speak to this matter? Okay. Honorable Nomvalo, Honorable Skosana, Honorable Sangoni, Honorable Mwango.
Yeah, so when you paid this 150,000, was it upon request from Mr. Brown Mukhozi? I mean,
yeah.
So he requested.
Yes, but I didn't pay 150 once. It was accommodation, flights.
So did he specify ID number and full names?
He sent me copies of IDs.
Okay. So was an ID of the minister part of those copies?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
He said it casually, like he was talking about groceries. But make no mistake, this was a seismic moment. Here was a businessman with a 360 million rand SAPS tender admitting under oath that he funded the ANC's January 8 celebrations in 2025. Flights, hotels, transport, food, delegates' accommodation, and according to testimony, that included senior police officials and even Minister Senzum Chunu. So while the country was told there's no money for policing, it appears there was plenty for beachfront hotels, as long as Cat was paying. The ANC's January 8th celebration is not just a birthday party. It's a political launchpad, a show of power, and the ruling party's biggest annual rally. It's expensive, very expensive. And in 2025, Cape Town hosted it, with thousands of delegates flown in from across the country. Now imagine discovering that a businessman tied to a giant SAPS tender secretly footed part of the bill. It raises a simple but terrifying question. Were politicians and police officials being financially taken care of by someone who needed their cooperation? The optics alone are explosive. As if the January 8th bombshell wasn't enough, the Commission delivered another plot twist, this time involving former Police Minister Bheki Cele.
So, when do you meet him and where do you meet him?
I met him on the 23rd of December. It was in Durban at the Beverly Hills Hotel. But after the call, he said to me, it's okay, when you go back to Pretoria, you can go to the police station and fetch your firearms. And indeed, when I went back to Pretoria, I went to the police station and they gave back my firearms.
In October 2025, under oath, Bheki Cele boldly stated that he knew Cat Matlala very well. He even claimed Matlala gave him intelligence. He said they'd met several times. He even spoke about inviting him to his house. I know Mr. Matlala very well. He was one of my sources. We met often. When last did you meet former Minister Bheki Cele? I met him for the first time on the 23rd of December 2024 at Beverly Hills Hotel in Durban. That was the first and the last time. First time? December 2024? After Cele had already left office? And after Cele told the commission they'd been working together for years? Somebody is lying under oath. South Africa erupted. Twitter, or X, went into meltdown. Hashtag Cat Matlala and hashtag Cele Lies shot to the top of the trends. Analysts called it one of the most embarrassing contradictions ever seen at a commission. Legal experts pointed out that, if proven, Cele could face perjury charges. And through it all, Julius Malema sat calmly watching the story collapse like a Jenga tower.
General Cele said, you called him, you met him, told him Mukhodzi told you that Mkhunu wants to be a president, and therefore they need you to finance the campaign of Mkhunu. And they told you not to work with Cele and make sure you close Cele out and Zuma out. Don't tell them these issues. And from there, you need to keep on giving him information, because when we asked him, why do you keep Matlala close to you? He said, no, I kept him close because he was bringing information from Mkhunu to my side. So I can't...
I don't think he even declared that money. I gave him money twice.
Yeah.
How much did you give him, the first one and the second one?
I gave him 300,000, and then on the second occasion, I gave him 200,000.
Okay. Honorable members, no, I want that.
This story is no longer just about one man funding a political party event. It's not just about a dodgy tender or contradictory testimonies. It's about the integrity of the state. We've been here before. Businessmen funding politicians, politicians rewarding them with tenders, tenders creating power networks, and power networks becoming corruption syndicates. Many South Africans are asking, is this state capture 2.0? Because if a businessman with a 360 million rand tender is allegedly paying for ANC events while bragging he owns senior police officials, what do you call that? And what does it say about the safety of whistleblowers when one of the charges Cat faces is attempted murder? As of November 2025, Vusimuzi Cat Matlala is out on 50,000 rand bail. The Madlanga Commission continues its work. The ANC has distanced itself, insisting that private funding of January 8th events is normal and above board. But the public isn't convinced. The contradictions, the voice notes, the tender money, the hotel meetings, the luxury lifestyles, the political access, it all paints a picture that is difficult to ignore. And every week, new revelations keep dropping. So now we turn to you, Mzansi. What do you think? Is this normal political funding or corruption in plain sight? Is Cat Matlala exposing rot or part of it? And who do you believe, Cele or Cat? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video if you want more hard-hitting political investigations, and smash that subscribe button for weekly breakdowns from the Madlanga Commission. Next week on Mzansi PoliScope, the 500 million rand digital vibrometer scandal no one wants to talk about. Until then, stay alert, stay informed, stay woke, Mzansi.